Next drill we're going to look at with the TRX for golf performance is going to be the hip press. So again, we talked about coming through impact, that chest and shoulder is really going to deliver a lot of force. It's going to be the same thing for the glutes. When we come through that impact position, we're really driving hard, really firing those hips and glutes through the impact zone to transfer energy through the golf ball. This exercise is really going to help with that. Again, the TRX is about mid-calf. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a seat and I'm going to slip both heels firmly into the TRX. Like so. What I'm really going to work on here is just driving that pelvis up, really getting those hips to lock, and really getting that glute to fire, like so.
Should your feet be together or apart?
Feet should stay pretty close together as you do this exercise. You really want to feel that force come from the glute and the hamstring, and you want to keep a neutral position in the back.
So your lower back is coming off, but your shoulders are staying on the ground.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. Next drill we're going to look at with the TRX for golf performance is going to be the TRX pendulum. In the golf swing, one of the major components is managing lateral shift, frontal plane, side-to-side movement, and really using stabilizing forces in order to create an efficient transfer of energy from side to side while the core manages stabilization in that movement pattern. So the pendulum is really a great drill to reinforce that aspect of the swing. So again, my TRX is about mid-calf. I'm just going to go ahead and take a kneeling position, and I'm going to slip both feet in. I'm going to come up into a full plank, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to work my legs from side to side, trying to keep my core nice and stable and keep my shoulders nice and stable, rooted into this closed chain position as I manage that movement. Hips should be level, and we're just going to work side to side. Again, I'm really feeling that energy transfer through my core as my legs are moving laterally, and I'm really trying to manage and stabilize those forces as that's happening. Next drill we're going to look at for the TRX for golf performance is going to be a side plank apple picker. This is a very advanced drill. It's really going to reinforce shoulder stabilization and also stabilization within rotational movement. And obviously it's going to be suspended, so it's going to really add that component of working the core as well, along with hip stability. So again, my TRX is about mid-calf. I'm going to slip both feet in. So if I'm doing this on the right side, my right leg's going to be in front. My left leg's going to be behind. Once I get my feet into the TRX, I'm going to go ahead and come up off the ground. I'm going to use this left hand for support as I do so. I'm going to find a nice stable position, and all I'm going to do is rotate this left side open and then back to my starting position. And then come down. So again, this is just really forcing my core to work through that range of motion and really manage that removal of a base of support along with stability in the shoulder and hip as I'm rotating through. Okay, so the next drill we're going to look at with the TRX for golf performance is going to be the single leg hip abducted squat. Again, because there's so many different movement patterns going on within a golf swing, we've got rotational movement or transverse plane. We've also got frontal plane movement with the side-to-side action. So this drill can help to really reinforce hip stability on a unilateral basis in that frontal plane activity. What I'm going to do, TRX is going to start again at mid-calf. I'm going to go ahead and put it into single handle mode. I'm going to slip one foot in, and I'm going to set that leg out to the side of me in that abducted position. And then I'm just going to go ahead and execute a single leg squat on the leg that's on the ground. Now, you can always start in this exercise. If it's too challenging, you can have a hand come down to the ground to help you through the range of motion. And then drive back up. And once you get proficient enough and you get confident enough with it, you can just go ahead and execute a free squat. It's really going to help to work those lateral stabilizers of the hip. Really create some good flexibility within the groin. Okay, so the next drill we're going to work TRX for golf performance. We're going to work the single arm rotational row. So this is kind of a spin-off from the bilateral two-handed rotational row, only this time we're going to get a little bit more pec involvement. We're going to work it on a unilateral basis, so it's just going to really allow us to focus building strength and stability in that left and right side respectively. So again, I'm in single handle mode. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grip the TRX with one hand. I'm going to set my feet up in a staggered position so they're going to be offset. And this is going to really allow me to open up as I come down. So as I do so, I'm just going to open up, I'm going to pull and row all the way through. I'm going to decelerate nice and controlled, down to the floor here, open everything up, pull, and row all the way through. Again, this is a great exercise for developing strength and stability in the shoulder complex. It's also really great for developing core stability as your core is having to work against those rotational forces as you're opening and closing and pulling through that range of motion. So these are a set of drills that we use specifically with our competitive golfers. Really helps elevate their game, really helps create a good environment for performance for them on the golf course consistently.